Hello and welcome to the Knitting Madness channel, and I'm Mandy, and today we are going to do the traditional granny square. Now however, I'm going to work in just the single color, and I'm going to work with an H hook, and I will show you how to start and work the traditional granny square in a single color. You can choose to finish off on each row and change colors, or change colors every so many rows, however you choose. You can make little kind of probably about 4 or 5 rounds granny squares, and you can do them in different colors and different combinations of colors, and then put them together in a blocked granny square blanket. Or you can grow the traditional granny square, and I usually tend to use that alternating colors about every row, and do little lovey blankets for babies. And you can also do much larger blankets with just the traditional granny square, where it just grows out, and you can broaden your horizons and work it however you choose. So we're going to start with a magic circle, and there are tutorial videos to show you how to work those in many different ways. That's just the way that I work mine. Okay, and then we're going to chain up 3, 1, 2, and 3, and then we're going to do 2 more double crochets, and there's 1 and 2. And one thing with working with the granny square is you are working in double crochet clusters. So you'll have 3 double crochets in each cluster. Then you're going to chain 1, and we're going to do 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. And these little chain 1 spots here are going to be the growth of the sides and also the corners of the granny square. Okay, so working with the magic circle, you're going to want to make sure that you crochet over this little loop here, how it's kind of wrapped around on the inside of the main loop, and that's, you want to crochet over it as you go, because that's going to be what's going to tighten this ring and give it a more cohesive look. So on to the next one, we're going to chain 1 and 3 double crochets. Okay, then chain 1 and that makes 3. So we're going to go ahead and pull that tight there, because we should have 1, 2, 3, 4 3 double crochet clusters. And then I'm going to chain 1, and I'm going to slip stitch to that top chain. So 1, 2, 3. So I don't want to slip stitch here. I'm going to slip stitch to that 3rd chain up, because that 3rd chain counts as our first double crochet. And there we go. And you can choose to pull that center tight so you have no hole, and that would look, or you can leave it just as it is. I tend to not like holes in my projects, so I tend to pull mine pretty tight. I just think it gives it a nicer finished look, but that's a personal preference. But so we should have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4 chain spaces. So then to move to the next, we're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3. That's going to be that 3rd double crochet on this corner, and that's going to be where we end. And then we have a chain 1 to move to the next corner. And then we're going to work 3 double crochets, and chain 1 and 3 more double crochets, all in that corner chain 1 space. And there's 2 and 3. Okay, so then here's our corner. Then this chain 1 right here will be the first chain 1 side, and then that chain 3 right there is going to be the last stitch of that last corner. So I'm going to go ahead and continue around so that you can see what that's going to look like by the end. So then chain 1 And there's our next corner, and as you see, here's a corner, there's that side, and there's that corner, and then we chain one and move to the next chain one space. Okay, and there's that chain one space there. So there's our first double crochet cluster, our chain one, and then we only need to do 2 more double crochets. There's 1 and 2. And then we're going to slip stitch to that 3rd chain, not the 4th one, but the 3rd chain. So 1, 2, and 3. We're going to leave that chain one space available, and we're not going to slip stitch into that. But we're going to slip stitch to the top of that chain 3, which is our first double crochet of that corner. And see, and then there you go. As you can see, there is our lovely granny square. So remember, in your corners, it's always going to be 2 3 double crochet clusters with a chain one space in the middle, and you're always working in your chain space. So this, we're going to start up 1, 2, and 3, and then we're going to do 2 more double crochets, and then that's the start of our first side. And then we're going to chain 1, and then we're going to work a corner again. So that's 6 double crochets with a chain 1 in between. 2, 3, chain 1, and the last 3. And there's the starting of our first side and our first corner. Chain 1, 3 double crochets in that chain 1 space on the side. Chain 1. Then our corner of 6 double crochets with a chain 1 in the middle. And as you can see it all coming together now, chain 1, 3 double crochets in that chain 1 space. Chain 1 and work your corner. Chain 1 and working 3 in that chain 1 space. Chain 1 and then working our last corner. Chain 1 and slip stitch to that 3rd chain up. And there you go. And then you'll just keep continuing this same pattern, where as each side grows you'll have more and more chain 1 spaces. But on these sides, on the chain 1 spaces on the sides, you will only be working 1 3 double crochet cluster, and you will be working 6 double crochets with a chain 1 space in between them on your corners. It keeps you a very nice, neat square, and the little pockets of working in your chain 1 spaces give it a very interesting look by the time it's all said and done. So, happy crocheting, and thanks for watching. Please do not forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Bye!